Okay, welcome back, everybody. So we have one class left to go, and I think let's start with a short meditation, like a really short one, because the last class is how. Okay, you have heard all these beautiful things that you can get if you will walk these three principal paths. But what will happen if you will get there? How it can look like? To be honest, it is difficult to imagine even when you meditate on it, because it is so much better than what we can experience in this kind of body and mind, and with this reality that we created. But let's give it a try. Close your eyes and watch your breath. Make several exhales, inhales to be here and now. Our mind is wandering around all day long, and try to bring it back into here and now. And think about all the happy moments of your life. It will help if you will think about the happiest moment you ever had, then the second one, the third one. Happy moments you get regularly, maybe because you spend time with your kids or the person you love. Maybe you love the job that you do. Maybe you are passionate about some art, or maybe you paint, you dance. Think about the happiest and the most pleasant moments of your life. Maybe moments with your partner, some romantic moments. You probably had many of them, and now try to imagine how it would feel like if you will squeeze it into 1 second. All the happiest moments of your life, how it would feel like if it would be 1 second feeling. Observe your body, how it feels. Imagine now that you have this feeling 10 seconds in a row. It doesn't stop. this extreme pleasure and happiness, blissful feeling. Imagine you have 10 seconds of it. Anything you look at, anything you sense gives you the same exact feeling. Actually, not only exact, it is increasing. Now go back to your breathing. Open your eyes. It was a small, how to say, spoiler, how this enlightened being they feel actually, and they say we cannot even imagine. Like, I don't know how about you. When I think 10 seconds, and then I was debating myself, should I tell them now 30 seconds, 1 minute, 1 hour? And I was feeling like, oh, it can be a little bit too much. Like, and it doesn't stop in enlightened beings. They are just happy, and they feel great about everything. So I was thinking that it is important to do this meditation because there will be good days and bad days. You will practice these teachings, and some days you will think that you're doing great because you're getting good results. Then bad seeds that you planted in the past will ripen, and you will get upset. Oh my God, I still have to purify these seeds. But do not forget that these teachings, they are not about suffering. They are how to stop suffering and to get to this point where not only you will not suffer again, you will feel better than you can imagine. You will be able to help every living being. You will feel deep love and compassion to every living being. It sounds really great. I don't know, the very least to me. And something that I think we should talk about, these teachings, they are ancient, they're really old. And I remember that it was a problem to me to understand why they do not need any corrections. I mean, I was like, that's so weird. I was doing my studies. I was at my medical university. And I remember when I entered long time ago, when I was really young. I was actually 16 when I entered my medical university. And I was studying, I don't remember, second year probably of the university or third year, inner diseases. And there were theories because medicine being medicine almost never knows what brought you the disease, except maybe traumatic things and infections. Otherwise, it's all vague, multi-factor theories, etc. And I remember I was studying peptic ulcer disease, ulcer, and they would say it is related to your brain functioning. It is not an infection. It is psychosomatic. So these are the drugs that should be taken. And in a couple years, they said, actually, we were wrong. It is not psychosomatic. It is an infectious disease. And you should use antibiotics. And then everybody will be cured. And within a couple years, obviously, it became clear that not everybody has been cured with antibiotics. My ex-husband, he had his ulcer disease, and it helped in the beginning, but then he had another episode of the same exact pain from his ulcer. So 5 years after that, they said medicine made an evolutionary jump, and now we are sure that this is a psychosomatic disease, but still you need to take antibiotics. And it was for many, many things. I was like, wow, that's weird. And I had an image of something that is really like true or approaching to be truth, that it should be something that is changing, you know, like treatments should constantly change because this field evolves, and there is new knowledge, you know, and we need to be up to date with this new knowledge. And I was never thinking that if something is really true, if something that you do works, I mean, imagine you have to drive to your work every day, and you know the shortest and the most beautiful road, like no traffic, no problems. Will you think about finding another road? No, you know the perfect one, you know, it works, always worked. Then I will not be thinking to find a new one. So usually people are being people. They are lazy. If something works, they will not look for anything else. So if the teaching is true, you will not hear it. Oh, by the way, tomorrow there will be an update to this teaching because there is a new information. I do not say that you will not get new information, but it will not be because the teaching is wrong from now on, but because you will go deeper. You will get more and more details. But these basics that we are discussing right now, they do not change when you graduate from ACI open teaching courses. They are the same when you do your secret practices. And it is very important to remember that what is good does not have to be changed. So this class is about the applicable side. We talked already about it when I was telling you the story about two husbands in the kitchen, right? I yelled at my kids. Then I forgot about it, obviously, because there is a time gap. From the time I plant the seed to the time it ripens, there is some time. And 2-3 weeks, frankly, it is very optimistic. Sometimes it is much more than 2-3 weeks. And then in 2-3 weeks, my husband yells at me for no reason. And I think, I didn't do anything. Why is he yelling at me? Then I follow my natural reaction. If I have never been exposed to these teachings, I either yell back or feel this anger inside of me, resentment, and then I will fight back when the right moment will come. I will revenge or something like that. You know, normal human reactions. Normal human reactions are dangerous. They are bad because they bring you these bad seeds back again and again and again. And so what happens when you understand emptiness? What happens when you understand, when you will understand dependent origination? you will be able to break this vicious cycle. You will be able to stop it. And with the time, you will be able to stop it forever. You will need some training, obviously. So how you can apply these things, these teachings? Just to remind you, we have two things. We have emptiness and dependent origination. And I think this is actually the first question from the homework. Let me see if I can show you the homework. Here it is. Okay. Oops. No, you cannot see it really. Sorry. I should do it again. Okay, that's it. So the question in the homework is, can the idea of karma, let's say mental seeds, and in the brackets you have and ethics, and I will explain to you what it means. Let's think about seeds. You can replace this word with dependent origination, because dependent origination describes how the reality works, like does it come from? And emptiness describes what is it empty of. So these two ideas, like idea of karma, dependent origination. Remember, there were three groups: functionalists, independents, and implication group. They were describing this dependent origination, how the reality exists, like where does it come from? And the other thing is emptiness. And emptiness is, in a sense, a black screen, like what is it empty of? How these two ideas really work. And this is, by the way, one of the qualities of the teacher. A good teacher should explain to you how these two ideas interact, how they are related to each other, the idea of emptiness and the idea of karma. So basically, they are two sides of one coin. Emptiness is the fact that things are empty of their own nature. They can be anything, depending on your past seeds. And your past seeds, your karma, is responsible for your projection, what you can project onto this empty screen. So this is why we have to be ethical. This idea that anything can be anything, like my bank account does not need to be empty does not need to have little money. I can be a millionaire, I can be a billionaire. It is all related to my past seeds. In case of money, seeds of generosity. Was I generous with other people? I don't have to be in this body made of flesh and bones. I can have a body of light if I know how to plant the seeds. And now you know how to plant the seeds, you should follow three principal paths, right? So the fact that everything is empty of their own nature, the fact that everything does not look like we think it exists. We think that there is a pen, there is a yelling boss, yelling husband out there by themselves. And they are not. This fact is emptiness. And where do they come from? They come from my past deeds. This is the second side of the coin. The issue is not only we do not understand emptiness, and we do not perceive it correctly, obviously, if we do not understand, we also do not understand our deceptive reality. So we say that there are two realities, deceptive and ultimate, right? Deceptive reality is related to dependent origination. Ultimate reality is related to emptiness. Not only we do not perceive ultimate reality, honestly, we do not perceive even deceptive reality. How so? I mean, at the very least, something we perceive, we do, but we do not perceive fully, correctly deceptive reality. Because you know who can perceive it correctly? Remember the person who has seen how the seed cracks open and then it covers this form and colors and it creates the object for me, the pen for me. So when you will be able to see this process ongoing, this is when, for the first time, you will perceive the deceptive reality truly in its totality. So then deceptive reality is related to karma, to mental seeds, because this is how this reality is being produced. And in ancient books, they say that deceptive reality never fails. What it means? It means that karma actually never fails, because everything can be anything depending on my seeds. There is nothing out there without my seeds. If you will cancel all your seeds, basically you will cancel everything you have ever done, you have ever thought, and you have ever said. There will be nothing left. There will be no objects in the universe if you will cancel your past deeds. So then appearances, which is a code word in ancient book for deceptive reality, you can see deceptive reality, kunzup denpa in Tibetan, and you can also see nangwa, which is appearances, like how it looks like, is the positive side, and emptiness is the absence, blank screen that allows your seeds to work, allows your seeds to open. And you can imagine it like my husband, Bill, has just landed in Puerto Rico. I also would like to be in Puerto Rico, but I'm planting much better seeds by teaching ACI, believe me. Maybe I'm planting seeds for million times being at somewhere like Puerto Rico. And so it makes me think about his planes. He's flying nice yellow airplanes. And last time we flew with him together, I was the first one in the on the aircraft to board because I was with him. And I was thinking, wow, this is how it looks like, this empty seats in the airplane. They are waiting for people to sit, you know, they are empty. They allow people to sit, to take a seat, you know, and this is like these two sides of the coin, emptiness and karma, or emptiness and seeds. And if you will think only about seeds and you will not think about emptiness, the paths, the three principal paths, will not work. If we think only about emptiness and we do not think about seeds that we plant, the path will not work either. There is a need to understand both sides. The reason why, oh, I think there will be a surprise today. Okay. Anyway, so the reason why we talk about it, because people who do not hear about emptiness, they think that things are self-existent. People who heard about emptiness wrongly, like they were explained that everything is empty, nothing matters. Then they also cannot reach Buddhahood because it's a wrong idea. So the correct understanding is that everything is empty of its own nature, and everything depends on my seeds, these two together. And even you understand seeds correctly, but you not think about emptiness. Like, remember, functionalists, they understand correctly the causes. Everything depends on their causes, but they're missing this emptiness part. And it reminds me when I was studying psychotherapy a long time ago, they would talk about it. They would say that, you're projecting other people, meaning you influence somehow, your attitude somehow has influence on other people. But the issue with this approach is that you think that, okay, a little bit, it's my fault that I'm being yelled. A little bit, it's his fault, right? My boss or my husband. By the way, my husband doesn't scream. Yeah. So it is important to understand both ideas. Nothing exists from my seeds. This is why I can reach all these high spiritual goals. Okay, so then I remember I heard for the first time about these teachings. Oh, surprise. Hello, my love.
Привет, моя жена, как дела?
How are you doing without me in Puerto Rico?
Yeah, we sacrificed it, didn't we? No, great. I got here half an hour early, so I could join.
Oh, great. I was thinking you will miss it. So
yeah, I thought I would miss it also, but here I am.
Here you go. Our seeds are getting better already because we didn't expect that he can make it. So I was, what I did already, the two sides of the coin,
Okay.
and I was ready to say that this is why if you are greedy like me, then you will understand that the better you behave with other people, the more you serve other people, then the faster the most important person in your life will benefit from it, which is me.
Yeah.
And if you are really a selfish person, like if you really love yourself, then you will really serve other people.
It's true.
So do you want to say anything about it? I don't know, maybe your story. I know that it is difficult to jump in the middle of the class, but I think, frankly, our students will benefit from your presence anyway.
Yeah, I didn't prepare anything specifically for this class because I didn't think I was going to be here. But I was thinking about on the van ride over, if I had one thing to say to people at the end of the class, is that Oh, and just a minor point, the functionalists that you mentioned, they did have a version of emptiness. It's not that they didn't have an idea of emptiness. It's that the higher schools would say that their understanding wasn't complete, that they still had some idea that something was self-existent outside of them, and what that was varies depending upon the school. But anyway, that's but the thing that I would really want to emphasize,
call it emptiness. They had different names for it.
yeah.
With suchness, but we don't want to go into details.
We can do that later. If people are talking about emptiness, the two things that always go hand in hand, if somebody understands emptiness, they'll automatically start talking about cause and effect as the other side of it, because that's why there is a cause and effect. You know, if things were self-existent outside of us, things were the way they were because that's just the way it was, then you couldn't change it. You can change things because they are empty. And how do you change them? Cause and effect. It's two sides of the same exact coin. And emptiness is just the idea that it just, the power that things can be anything you want them to be, if you do the right action.
Yeah, I also talked about the fact that if we just talk about seeds and we do not mention emptiness, then there is a part in us that thinks, okay, something I'm projecting, okay, partially I'm responsible, but partially I'm not responsible. And then emptiness idea takes these wrong ideas, completely washes them away, because we will do now the second question that is really practical and related to it. But then you deprive yourself from this wrong idea that something is not coming from you and you're not responsible for something, right? Now I'm afraid to say yelling husband because now you're here. Okay, let's say yelling boss that I also had. And I cleaned the seeds and I don't have yelling bosses anymore. So a yelling boss, he is completely devoid of self-nature. He does not exist without me. He has no self-nature at all, 0%. Because if he would have even 1%, I could not change. I could not change not only him, I could not, the consequences are going so far away that I cannot become an enlightened being if my boss is coming 1% from his own side, right? And another idea is that because all our sufferings are created by wrong thinking, so-called ignorance or misunderstanding, there is a contradiction between two opposite things. Either I understand the world in the wrong way, I have this ignorance, I misunderstand where does it come from, my yelling boss, or I understand his emptiness. These two ideas can never go together. So if you want to really stop planting these seeds that make you suffer in the future, then this understanding of emptiness of the situation, this is the antidote for it. And what will happen if you understand it correctly? Then obviously your mind, because it is not capable of holding together these two ideas, self-existence. Remember Gaksha, we talked about it at the last during the last class. Gaksha and emptiness, they cannot coexist. Then emptiness wins, wisdom wins, because emptiness is about the correct view, Yandak Petava, the third principal path. Then you will see emptiness directly. you will get to the cessation of all your bad thoughts. You will never be able to get angry again. Not because you are becoming a piece of wood, you know, like non-sensitive to anything, but because no event can make you unhappy. Like it does not exist at all in your world anymore. Happiness, but nothing can make you unhappy. And then you get to the point where you understand that your compassion is related to beings who have no self-nature either. It may be a bit difficult to think why it is important, but it is extremely important. Like when you are compassionate to people you think they are not coming from your seeds or partially coming, then it is not the compassion that will make you the Buddha. When you understand the nature of the reality, like everything is empty until my seeds will project onto the reasonable basis. And by the way, the reasonable basis is projected out of other seeds also, but it's a long story. Then when I realized that everybody comes from my seeds, from nowhere else, and then this is why I need to be ethical and compassionate. This is what is called Mahakaruna, great compassion. When I understand, when I have wisdom in my mind together with it, I understand they do not come from anywhere else except my previous thoughts, words, and deeds. Anything you want to add, my love?
No, I'm just glad to be here. I didn't, like I said, I didn't prepare anything because we got in half an hour earlier than what I thought we were going to.
Yeah, I'm so happy that you're here because, you know, guys, we are teaching for a while with Bill in other different projects, and we have a very good, how to say, connection. Like we know when to talk, and it is very naturally. And honestly, I feel much better teaching. Even I have to teach when he's present. So. Okay, one more question left. Practical one, right? Yellen husband, not Bill, another husband. Or Yellen boss here. Suppose we understand that there is no self. And by the way, I think I missed to tell you that self does not necessarily relate to ego, to me, because self is, how to say, it applies to things also. It's like suchness, no, not suchness, how we should call it, my love? Like it's the fact that thing has some nature on its own, by itself, you know, like and basically we say it's a gakcha, right? It's a non-existence thing. So let's think about self in the sense of me. How does this understanding of karma and emptiness can stop your bad emotions and reach freedom? For example, when a boss, I think it's a boss, it's not a husband, right, my love?
Yeah, it looks like a boss.
Looks like a boss to me too. Yells at you, like how can it be helpful? Then first we think about, there is a whole algorithm, right? You first think about the fact that it is really unpleasant, frankly. You admit the fact that it is unpleasant. It's not that you will pretend, you know, what happens is real. It is unpleasant. Then you think, oh, but you know what? Everything is empty. He does not have to be unpleasant. And where his yelling and him being unpleasant to me comes from. Oh, she has, this lady has a pen in her hand, you know, it's a sign that she remembered where it comes from, and she's totally happy. He's like yelling, she's happy. This is how it should be, right? Because she thinks, oh, he's completely empty. He is a blank screen. He has zero willpower to change his behavior. He's coming from my past seeds. I was unpleasant with somebody, or maybe yelling at somebody, maybe at my kids, or to another person. And now he has to yell at me because this is the seed ripening. Maybe he's yelling longer than I was yelling at my kids, but this is because karma grows. So, and then what you do to stop this bad emotions? Because naturally, if either I will yell back, but I don't know how about Americans, Eastern Europeans, they will not yell back. They will feel resentment and they will fight back some other day when they will be less vulnerable. So either one is bad, you know, because it will not stop bad emotions. So what she thinks, okay, yeah, that's my bad deeds. Some other people in the same office may think, oh, this boss is so kind to this person because he is correcting her, because she will improve them, right? This is a dog with a chewing toy, right? Instead of a pen. And then I think, okay, if I'm really selfish, like if I really want to have all the good things and stop all the bad things, I don't want my bad seeds to be back. I don't want to plant bad seeds because I will have to meet them again. Somebody else will yell at me. And then I decide, okay, I will not be yelling at him. I will respond with kindness and wisdom. I will be patient, but patient not in a way that I'm just tolerating and being a victim, but patient in a way. Now I know where does it come from, this yelling that is so unpleasant, and I want to stop it here. This is the cemetery for my anger. I decided it will be buried here. It will be, it will stay here, and I will not exhumate it anymore. That's it. The end of my anger story. And by the way, this is the end of the class also. Anything you want to add, Malaf?
Yeah, excuse me. If you have an intellectual understanding of emptiness and cause and effect, it can go a long, long way to eliminating your mental afflictions and improving your life. I mean, sometimes you can see the reaction, like you can see your world change like within a day or two. Sometimes maybe 6 months for a dramatic change. But it doesn't take a whole lot that's really profound, right? Because in order to change your world like that, if just a simple understanding, an intellectual understanding of emptiness and cause and effect can have a profound change in your life. And then if you want to have like a complete cessation, that completely end your mental afflictions, then you're going to need the direct perception of emptiness. You're going to have to learn to meditate and see emptiness directly for yourself. And that's the point at which you're going to be able to permanently get rid of your anger and your jealousy and your ignorance that's driving all the pain that's in your world to begin with. But long before that, you can make huge changes in your life, huge changes quickly. Particularly just the understanding of the emptiness and that you're doing it because of an understanding of emptiness and cause and effect will speed up the process of making your life better.
Yeah. So this is basically it. Try to be happy that you have come to these classes with us. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, it means that if you didn't, it comes from your bad seeds. Nothing to
Don't blame us.
If you enjoyed, it comes from our good seeds. I'm making jokes. We are very happy to have so many volunteers and participants, and we would like to thank everybody. Very grateful for the great job you have done. I was shocked how many volunteers helped this program to happen. And if you are interested in joining the team, if you are convinced that maybe it will work, these teachings, probably you will want to join volunteers. And you can have you have the questionnaires, like the links to join volunteers team in the chat. And also, we do not anything for us, for ourselves. We are very happy to support McMichael and ACI headquarters. If you want to thank us, please use the donation link and thank them, because honestly, sometimes I'm horrified that I could miss these teachings in my life. And not that I was in a bad position, same as Bill. He was a pilot, I was a doctor. You know, it's not the worst. I mean, it's a pretty good life, you know, on this planet. But the issue is not that you want something that is too big. The issue is you want something too little. And being a pilot and a doctor is little. And if you understand emptiness. And I want to finish with one verse by Pabonka Rinpoche. Just listen to it. Maybe you will get it. Maybe you won't. Don't get upset. These teachings are not the ones that can be comprehended from the first time. Maybe it will take some time to grasp. And this is the verse, I think we can think about it like when we have time. Okay. It explains how the reality exists. Nothing exists naturally, but it doesn't mean nothing exists at all. Everything exists conventionally, but everything exists without existing naturally. I think this is a very concise content of the last two classes. And then please try to apply it in your life and see if it will work for you. And it will. And we cannot give you the dates for ACI 2 yet. There will be groups helping to do homeworks to people who are new to ACI. And please join these groups. They are very helpful. I was organizing myself these groups because it was very difficult to study on my own. So I started to do it in 2017, I think. And they were very helpful. And we will let you know when we will restart ACI 2. We think it may be an offline event. We don't know yet. You can help us to decide if we will know that there are a lot of people who want to come for an online event. Can be somewhere in Europe or in Turkey. We think that it will be somewhere in February or March.
Yeah, February and March sounds right. I hope you guys have enjoyed these classes as much as what I did when I first got to hear them. Frankly, I can't imagine, like, there are no ideas that are more powerful than this, right? This is how you're going to change your world. This is how you're going to understand your world. And it's authentic and it's explained clearly. And I mean, frankly, I think it's a historic moment. I mean, these ideas are going to last. They're going to make it, and the world will change as a result of it. So, hope you come back for course 2. There's still a lot more to talk about, and all of it is good. All of it's fun. And do your homeworks. You won't retain it if you don't do your homeworks and meditations.
Yeah, please do homeworks. Please do meditations. See you at ACI 2. Somewhere February or March, we will tell you additionally, we will let you know. And try not to get overwhelmed also, like pick one difficult person to practice with, with them. Maybe not everybody. And see what will happen. There will be changes. Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you, volunteers. Our volunteers and ACI headquarter volunteers, and see you soon. By the way, there will be one more class online somewhere, probably, I don't know, January or February, class 11, where we will just go question by question. Okay. Thank you.
Большое спасибо.
See you next time.
Thank you. Bye.